Good afternoon. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from 3 Team Best Trade Academy. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and we are starting another session this afternoon where we are discussing starting and managing export business. And I'll be looking at part 13, starting and managing export business, part 13. We started a session, a particular session of this conversation yesterday, and we're discussing basically about the products. And we're looking at different product category. And I was talking about the fact that I was giving examples rather of products that we can do from Nigeria and the kind of value we can add to it. And the fact that adding value to it is so important and critical for us as a nation if we are going to be respected, if we are going to be earn enough money, if we are going to be regain our pride of place among the community of nations, that we cannot just stay with commodity, only exporting commodity. We must add value. And it's not rocket science, it's something we can do. We just need to have a reorientation. And that's what we're actually trying to achieve through this broadcast we do every day, twice every day. I'll be here again in the evening around 8 p.m. Still talking about the same thing. And yesterday I talked about sesame seed, the fact that sesame seed snack, sesame seed oil, and tahini are things we can generate from sesame seed and export. Then I talk about yam chips, yam chips flour, and pounded yam flour now, not the pando yam. I'm sure you know, just in case you don't know, that the pando yam you are eating is not pounded yam. In fact, you probably do not have yam at all. If at all, maybe small yam. You basically have starch, flour, cassava, and potato, mainly in those things. So you really are not eating pounded yam. That's why they call it pando yam, because you know, if people found out there is now a pounded yam, it's not pounded yam, you can't sue them because they didn't call it pounded yam, they call it pando yam, and they know what they are doing when they call it pando yam. Just in case you are not aware of that, the people selling it know exactly what they are doing when they call it pando yam. And that technology, for that to happen, I think is something we can do. You know, I mean, we must be thinking of research and development. Our university must wake up to their responsibility. If you're a science student and you finish school, you know, some people study industrial chemistry and they finish school and they're looking for a job. And I'm asking myself, you mean you study industrial chemistry and you finish and looking for a job? And it just occurred to me, okay, when these people were here, they only gave us curriculum that taught us how to only look for a job. They don't give us curriculum that will teach us how to create a job, such that if I study industrial chemistry, I should be creating products based on materials and chemicals around me. I shouldn't go and queue up for a job, but there's just a mindset that will make someone that study industrial chemistry. You know, some products, some courses, when I hear them, it gets me excited because I'm just imagining the value those people can create in the society. And the fact that some of them are queuing up looking for a job when they have so much potential inside of them to be able to do stuff. And I realized when they were on campus, they were just reading to pass. Most of them were not interested in what they were learning. So they were not even, they didn't even have a passion about what they are doing. So they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. You know, so what I'm trying to say in essence is that these people in the university environment, and they want to help us with this research, and be able to bring this research to the limelight. And if you have a good research program, and you think the product you have can be exportable, I will be interested. I will be interested because it's going to be exportable. I'm looking for items that will be exportable. If you are looking for people to sponsor, you're looking for people to work with, to be able to let it see the light of the day, if you can show a prototype, then it might be easy for me to talk to people I know also who have interest in export, who want to fund such things. Because those are the things we should be interested in. Why? Because those are the things that will help us to grow non-oil export in Nigeria. So it's enough of flagging off of finished of commodities and flagging off, or even sometimes we do finished product and we're flagging. What are flagging off finished product? We should be normal to us now, you know. Sometimes when you've been beaten and battered for many years, sometimes you even lose your sense of worth, such that when someone is doing something that should be normal to you, it looks grand. It's like today we're having light. and then we're excited we're having light. Why we're excited we're having light? Because we are used to not having light. So having light is like a miracle. Having light is like something great, something awesome, something ideal. Whereas it should be normal. It should be normal. But that's what underdevelopment has done to us. The way it has dealt with us and make us lose our sense of worth. And I'm saying we should go out of that and begin to think of how we can create value. I also talk about plantain. I talk about the fact that plantain chips, plantain flour, and spice chips, plantain chips, is also of huge potential. I'm just looking at what we can do with ingredient cassava. And I'm talking about the fact that cassava, yam and cassava, Nigeria is the largest exporter and a producer of those products. We even produce, in some cases, more than half of what the whole world is producing. But we are not in the radar as far as the export of those products are concerned. Chief among them is yam. We are not in the radar. This is not conspiracy. Africans are doing it. It's not like West are able to do it because most of them cannot even grow it. But we are not doing it. Cassava flour, cassava starch, cassava flakes, and then fufu and lafu. These are all produced from cassava. Let me move on to the next one. The next one is cashew nut. Cashew nut. Cashew nut. Cashew nut. I don't know if that cashew nut. Sorry, I have one cashew nut I bought during the GTB food and drink recently. I actually want to show you to see if it's something, so you can see what Nigerians are doing. Indeed, we are waking up to the reality of the fact that we must take responsibility and do something of worth in this environment. Nigeria is waking up to that reality. And for me, that is awesome. Nigeria is waking up to that reality. And for me, that is awesome. Nigeria is waking up to that reality. And for me, that is awesome. You need to see the way people are now packaging products. Packaging products for export. It's so interesting the way people are now packaging products for export, packaging product for sale locally rather, which have export potential. So my interest in going there was to look for products I want to ship for export, and indeed I found a couple of products I've sent already, and I'll be meeting with the potential buyers later in the month to discuss way forward on how to work on some of those products. But what I'm trying to say is that cashew nut, roasted cashew nut, is a very big one. Let me tell you something about cashew nut. When you see a cashew on the tree, what you basically see is you see the cashew with the fruits. So when you remove the fruit, what is the round stuff under is the nut. Now, when you remove the shell of that thing under, what you have inside is a kernel. If you export, what we do right now is export the raw cashew nut. If you export that raw cashew nut, you can only export to about 3 or 4 countries around the world, India and Vietnam being a major buyer from Nigeria. They'll buy from one at about $1,000, $1,500 max. You can't move up to $1,500, $1,000. Now, if you dare remove the shell of that thing and you try to sell it abroad, immediately you remove the shell, everybody in the world wants to buy from you. You have almost every country that they eat cashew nut, you see a buyer. If you now roast it, every country will buy. If you don't roast it, almost every country will buy. If you roast it, every country will buy. Now look at what that does for you. What that basically does for you is it increases your demand. And economists told us, the higher the demand, the higher the price. The higher the demand, the higher the price. That is exactly what removing the shell does to you. So my question is this: why is it that Nigerians keep exporting this cashew nut at $1,500 without removing the shell? Whereas we can remove the shell, and today you don't even have to set up that factory to remove the shell. There are factories in Nigeria that would gladly remove the shell for you, and you pay them a fee for the service they are rendering to you. So that means you get your raw cashew nut, take it to those factories, they remove the shell for you, and then you can now locally use it or even export it. I don't even have an issue with exporting it at that level, because at least you have added value, you have created job. You're going to be selling at about $15,000 almost times 10 of the price of the product if you sell it raw. So the question is, why are people still doing it raw? Mindset, 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 mindset. So roasted cashew nut, roasted cashew nut. Roasted cashew nut is very, very profitable. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of countries can buy. If you now do different variant, maybe with spice, with honey, with different stuff around it. But let me now take it to another level. When you now decide to mix it. Now there are two levels of mixing. There are two levels of mixing. The first level of mixing is to mix it with first level of mixing is to mix it with other nuts. So if I have raw cashew nut, I mix it with coconut, I mix it with granite, I mix it with tiger nut, I mix it, different nuts together. That's becoming a fad. People are now, you need to understand what's going on in our world. A lot of people are eating healthy now. Why are they eating? Everybody's thinking of healthy living. A lot of people are thinking of health. I think some people are more conscious of what they eat. So, for example, if I want to snack, should I show you what I snack on? Look at my snack. Look at my snack. Look at my snack. Look at my snack. Now, these are the snack. Why am I snacking on fruits? Everybody is eating healthy. Everybody's eating healthy. So people want to eat something that helps their health rather than eating pastries, sugar stuff, flour. There's so many things people are trying to avoid. Someone call it the big four. The big four to avoid. The big four to avoid. He said, number one, sugar, refined sugar. I mean, it's a digression, but let me just talk about it. Refined sugar. Refined sugar. In fact, it says sugar is food for cancer in the body. Sugar is food for cancer in the body. So I've had to stop eating anything sugary for for some years now. For some years. I Coke, no, that God has taken that away from my life. Anything sugary, no. I'd rather drink water. And if I must take that, I thought maybe once a while, maybe wine, once a while. Also, I want to just drink Coke. No. You talk about milk. I'm sure some people will be shocked with milk. And the argument with milk is this. Do you know that milk has gotten from animals is not really for human? It might have some nutrient for you. But the argument is there are some protein, I think it's casein or something. There's a protein in that milk that our body cannot digest and it accumulates in the body. And diseases are caused either by deficiency of nutrient or toxicity as a result of deposit of waste or undigested material. And he said if that accumulates in the body for long, it can become inimical to the body, can become dangerous for the body. And that those are the things that actually affect us as humans. What am I trying to say? That people are more conscious of what they eat. Okay, I call it big four, in case you are thinking of what are the other two. Okay, I mentioned sugar, I mentioned milk. The next one is hydrogenated oil, margarine. Hydrogenated oil. And lastly, any flour product, pastries generally. Pastries from cake to meat pie to any flour product. And I try to ensure I avoid it. And I've done that for some years now. Try. Why? Because people are much more conscious of their health right now. People are much more conscious of their health right now. So what's that telling you? If we are conscious of our health in Nigeria, you can imagine the way the West is thinking. So people are now snacking with fruits. That's why cashew nut, mixed cashew nut is fantastic. So you can mix, instead of doing only the cashew nut, you should mix cashew nut. Let me show you something here. Look at the way our people will do granite. This person is even okay. He didn't leave the wrapper of the gin around it, right? He didn't leave the wrapper of the gin around it. This is a gin bottle. But you can actually put this thing in plastic bottle. If I'm in the office, I will have shown you a particular plastic bottle that someone used, and it's well, what's the name? What do you call it now? Well, labeled. You know, so you can do it and label it very well. Let me show you a plantain chips that someone also did. You know why I love these plantain chips? Look at these plantain chips. You know why I love it? This nylon, you buy it in Nigeria. This nylon, there are, if you're looking for someone to sell to you, I know a lady that's selling Yaba. I can link you up with her. He can sell you this. In fact, we even have in the office that we sell, only that we don't have these small sizes. So with this, you know what this lady did? He simply put this one in front and sellotape it. You need to taste the plantain chips. Very nice. Dambo food. Very nice. That's one of the things I bought at the GTB food. Very, very nice. Now, this is a big one in the UK, in EU. Very big one. A lot of people are doing a lot here. I told you yesterday when I told you about a man, a Nigerian, who imports 2 40-foot containers of this. Is it 2 or 4 or container of this every month from Costa Rica into UK? And it was supposed to start in Nigeria, but the story is another day. But where I'm going is this: the fact that you can now look at this nut now. This, instead of this being granite alone, you can have now small sizes like this one, and this granite is inside. Not just this granite that you have inside, you also have other products inside. You don't just have this granite inside, you also have other products inside. Now, those other products you have inside create variants for you. So for example, I can have this granite, I can also have cashew nut with it. So, and I have a mix of cashew nut and granite. A mix of cashew nut and granite. Now I can have a mix of cashew nut and coconut. A mix of cashew nut and coconut. I can also have a mix of cashew nut and maybe tiger nut. You can test it and give people to taste, so you can check out to see how those combinations look like. I'm saying we can get creative, not just add value, also become creative in the way you combine some of these products together. So now look at another level. I've talked about cashew nut on its own, roasted cashew nut. I talk about cashew nut mixed with other nuts, but the third level is cashew nut mixed with fruits. Unfortunately, I don't have that here. Cashew nut mixed with fruits. It's interesting to see cashew nut mixed with fruits. It's called fruit and nut mix. Let me see if I'll be able to get, I'm not sure if I can get, let me see if I'll be able to get that picture before I finish. It's called fruit and nut mix. You know, like I said, just understand what is going on in our world and please align with the trend. Understand what is going on in our world. Sorry. Okay. Understand what's going on in our world and align with the trend. What do I mean by align with the trend? What are people talking about? What are people doing? What are the demands of people? What are the concerns of people? What should be your focus in terms of item or product that you want to sell? What is interest of people right now? Those are the things that should drive whatever it is that you do. And the reason for this is, at the end of the day, you are going to be creative, and then you are going to be able to meet the imagined needs of potential customers. Imagine needs. I hope I will be able to show. Let me see if I'm able to show this UK product something. I hope I'll be able to show something a bit clearer, because I'll be showing it from my tablet. I'm going to show you some of the pictures of the packaging I'm talking about. Yeah. Hold on. Picture of some of the packaging I'm talking about. I'll be showing it from a tablet. I hope it will be clear, but let's see. Sorry for the distraction. I'm just trying to see how much I can drive home the point I'm trying to make. Okay. Fruit and nut. I'm saying fruits. Cashew. Yes, I found it. Okay, no, this is not it. Sorry, just a minute. I should be able to get it very soon. I'm trying to show you some pictures of products that have. Oh, okay, it's still trying to load. It's still trying to load. It's still trying to load. Okay, why is loading? Let me just. Okay, yes, I found it. It's okay. I don't know how clear this is for you. I hope it will be clear. I think it's reasonably clear. I think it's reasonably clear. Can you see that? Can you see inside that? Can you see coconut and mango? Coconut and mango. That's a good example of fruit and nut mix. I bought that from the UK the last time. That's about £1.45. It has coconut and mango inside. This could have been cashew nut and something else. Cashew nut and something else. The idea here is a combination of products. A combination of products who are both snacks, really relatively natural with less processing, and that people are more comfortable to eat because it's a lot better than them going to buy pastries or chin or cake and all this sugary stuff that we fill our system with, which are really not good for our body. Let me see if I can get other pictures in line with what I've said before. Okay. Okay. Maybe as I move on, other product will come up and I'll be talking about it. So what am I trying to say in essence? I'm talking about the fact that we need to be creative. And now we've just spoken now only about cashew nut, and look at the options available in cashew nut. Now, here you can see, number one, not just adding value processing, but getting creative. Not just adding value processing, but getting creative. Getting creative. Getting creative. Why do we get creative? We definitely need to get creative because of the demand in our world. 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 I say I have other things to talk about today. I will need to leave now. It's 20 minutes already, and I have to go. But I will be talking about other options for ginger, for soya beans, for beans and the like. I'll be showing you, and I will show you some pictures in the evening. And the whole essence of this really is to make us realize the opportunities we have, the potentials we have, the things we can do by just thinking beyond the regular commodity and thinking of value addition. So please, when you think about export, let's stop thinking about all this raw that we talk about. Raw commodity that we talk about, which has kept us so low, so small. And I will keep talking about this every day, that when you export raw material, you're exporting jobs and importing poverty. When you export raw material, you're exporting jobs and importing poverty. When you export finished products, you're importing jobs and exporting poverty. When you export finished products, you're importing jobs, you're exporting poverty, because you're going to be ensuring that countries abroad are paying for that thing. When they pay for it, that money is used to pay someone's salary. You're already importing jobs. When you import jobs, you naturally export poverty. when you import job, you naturally export poverty. And that's what I think we should be doing. So I think business should be more than just making money. Business also should be seen to be creating value for the community, for the society, for the environment, for people, not just to make money. For me, export is just much more than making money, because there's so much we can achieve to help this nation grow by taking export a little bit more serious. By taking export a little bit more serious. And I use the word a little bit because we don't need so much effort to be able to do well in export. We don't need so much effort. We need just a little more effort. Because as it is today, Nigeria is exporting by default. Government in the center and the government in the regions and the government in the state and local government are not taking export serious at all. And we are still doing reasonably, at least in Africa. And I'm saying the day we wake up to our reality and we have councillors and chairmen and legislators and the House of Assembly member and governors and House of Rep and Senate that are thinking of export, and I'm not talking about crude export, I'm talking about non-oil export, they can be sure that Nigeria indeed have arrived. And I know we will get there, because a lot of effort is made in that direction by different quota. That's why we are doing what we are doing, contributing our quota for the growth of this economy. Thank you very much for listening. See you in the evening by 8 p.m. as we continue our conversation on starting and managing export business, part 14. Bye for now.